Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland.
Aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá. Ipò aṣíwájú l'Ẹlẹ́dùmarè fún wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe gírí, ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ká tẹpá wa mọ́ṣẹ́, ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀, ká sòdodo, ká ṣohun tó tọ́ tó dára nígbà gbogbo, níbi gbogbo fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Kò ní rẹ̀yìn o, lójú mi, kò ní rẹ̀yìn o. Kò ní rẹ̀yìn o, nígbà tèmi, kò ní rẹ̀yìn o. Èmi á ṣohun tó tọ́ tó dára nígbà gbogbo, níbi gbogbo fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá. Aṣíwájú ni wá. Lautech, your promotion of applied sciences. All see the spectrum and the beaming of the rays of progress. Students of Lautech are the leaders today we manifest. Great staff committed to the training of the total persons. Great Lautech, great Lautech, always stand for excellence. Great Lautech, greatest Lautech, integrity and service. Integrity and service. Integrity and service.
Compared to run experiment first and find out whether it will work, they go and validate it in the laboratory. If you don't do that, you endanger yourself. So I congratulate the faculty of computing and informatics for coming up with this type of lectures. It is can encourage people. I expect more people to come here, not only students. All the medical doctors, all the hospitals in Ogbomoso, all the hospitals in your state, you're supposed to be here this morning, this afternoon. Yes, the provost is here, we are very glad. That's not the truth. All of them are supposed to be here this morning. Because the lectures for them, without this, we can't move. Thank God, Prof is here. That's my friend, yes, medical doctor. You're ready to know. That's the truth. So, coming up with this, I know we are going to hear a lot from the lecturer. I'm not going to disappoint him at the end of the day. The cap fits him very well because I've been on this research area for many years, which I'm aware of. That's always been talking about computer in healthcare, computer in healthcare, computer in healthcare. So, without wasting our time, I use this opportunity to declare this lecture open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the Vice Chancellor, for that insightful Now, quickly before we move on, I want to recognize the presence of Professor Rahim. Professor Rahim, thank you very much for coming. The opportunity is also a very good researcher in this university. I also have now met this afternoon the Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Dr. Y. Nadiu Saka. Thank you very much for coming. Now we are gradually moving to the business of the day, and I want to invite Dr. Ogbomoso, the head of department, cybersecurity, for the citation of the lecture. You are welcome.
Adopting the existing protocol, I would like to take the citation of our guest lecturer. And so, sir, I kindly request that you please stand and keep standing when I take the citation. Thank you, sir. Evan Bufari Justice is a professor of computer science and pioneer dean of the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, Lautech University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and the current director of the Lautech Software Engineering Institute. In 2015, he became a fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society, that's the FNCS. His research interest is in the application of mobile computing, wireless communication, computational intelligence and optimization, data science, and software engineering to e-health and telemedicine applications for quality healthcare service delivery in developing country context. He owns a diploma in Health Information Systems Management from the Galilee Institute of Management, Israel. He received his PhD in 2004 from the Federal University of Technology, Vienna, with specialization in computational intelligence, computational optimization, and neural computing. He had his postdoctoral research fellowship at the Telecom Center of Excellence for Mobile Services, Department of Computer Science, University of Zululand, Republic of South Africa in 2006. He is a member of the Society of Telemedicine and E-Health in Nigeria, where he also served as the second vice president of the society between 2012 and 2015. In 2016, he was appointed to serve as a member of the Strategic Advisory Board of the Society for Telemedicine and E-Health in Nigeria. He is also a member of the Computer Professional Registration Council of Nigeria, CPN, as well as a member of the IEEE Computational Intelligence Society. He joined the services of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Lautech University of Technology, Ogbomoso in September 1998 as a graduate assistant. He was the acting head of Computer Science and Engineering Department in 2012 and became the substantive head of the same department between 2013 and 2015 upon becoming a professor. In 2012, he served in the capacity of the acting director of Lautech ICT Center. He was the deputy dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Technology between 2009 and 2012. Since 2006 to date, he has been actively conducting research and teaching the application of mobile computing and wireless communication to healthcare service delivery, provisioning, medical informatics, e-health and telemedicine, soft computing, and artificial intelligence, a research area where he has supervised and produced several postgraduate students, both at doctoral and master's level. He has over 95 published articles in both reputable journals and peer-reviewed conference proceedings, locally and internationally. He has attended and presented papers at several international conferences and workshops in Africa, Europe, to include France, Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, Israel, Japan, and the United States of America. Since 2010, he has been a regular visiting researcher to the Asoflatna Institute, Potsdam, Germany, where he has been involved in collaborative research projects on e-health and telemedicine for Africa. He is the Nigeria research lead of the British Council-funded Innovation for Africa Universities (IAU) project involving Lautech, Durban University of Technology, Durban, South Africa, Sheffield Hallam University, UK, and Kisii University, Kenya. Over the years, he has attracted international scholars from South Africa, Germany, and the United States to Lautech for workshops and conferences. He is the head of the e-health and telemedicine, mobile and e-computing research group, as well as the organizer and conference chair of the International Conference on Mobile Services, a conference which has held 10 successful annual editions. Thank you very much. Join me as a welcome our guest lecturer of today. Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Ogbomoso.
Thank you very much. Before I go into the presentation of my lecture this afternoon, the Vice Chancellor representative have overblown me. And I need to say that even though by grace of God I had the privilege of being the pioneer dean of the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, there were many people that were involved in the making of that faculty. I have other colleagues that are here. I don't have done it alone. I have Professor Lautech, I have Professor Lautech, I have Mama Dean, I have my heads of department. We all worked together. The Faculty of Engineering and Technology gave back to us. They also played some roles, so there are many people that contributed to the delivery of that faculty. I was only privileged to be the pioneer dean. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor of Lautech University of Technology, Professor Olatunde Rasak from Kalilu. In absentia, ably represented by the Dean of Science, Professor Alade, the Deputy Vice Chancellors in absentia, the University Librarian, Professor Mrs. Sarah Adefunke Ibijua, here present. It's my pleasure, you're welcome, ma'am. The representative of the BOSA, and other principal officers of the universities, distinguished members of Senate, of the University Senate, present here, deans of faculties represented here, you're all recognized, and specifically the Dean of FCI, Professor Mrs. Abigail Adetunji, the heads of departments here present, and particularly my HOD, ably represented by Dr. Sani Omoya Okrima. Thank you. Now, our fellow erudite academics, professors that are here, senior professor, Professor Frank Ibijua and others, Professor Mrs. Idowu Abiola, and other professors and other erudite academics here present, members of non-teaching staffs, and family and friends, invited guests, and greatest Lautech. It gives me great pleasure to be having the opportunity to present this faculty lecture, the second in the series of the Faculty of Computing and Informatics. But I must say that this is actually the first lecture to be delivered by an internal member of the faculty, and it's my pleasure that I'm delivering this lecture. During this lecture, I will be explaining the Nigerian health system, and I will present
my wealth of experience of close to 2 decades in the area of research in e-health and telemedicine, the enormous benefits inherent in digitalization and how this can contribute to quality health care service delivery in Nigeria health sector and for its sustainability. This lecture also aims to solicit advocacy and spark conversation that will lead to commitments to digital health systems, to digital health services, and digital health education by the various stakeholders. When I say stakeholders here, I mean government, health institutions, universities, healthcare researchers, caregivers, healthcare providers, practitioners, patients, and even educators at all levels in order to provide better health and well-being, which is one of the goals of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, which is SDG 3. I'd like to begin with this preamble. Health is core to human development. As we all know, they say health is wealth. If you are not healthy, you will not be here today. I like to use this point to appreciate our health workers who are laboring tirelessly in the midst of limited resources to keep us healthy and keep us alive. Ladies and gentlemen, why is healthcare system our business? Healthcare system is our business because we are all stakeholders in the healthcare institution. Healthcare system is our business because every individual living on earth is a patient at one time or the other, because we must all get sick. Even if you are not sick today, you are healthy today, one day you will be sick, and you need the services of the healthcare system. So it becomes everybody's, business, and we must all do everything that we can do to make sure that the healthcare system is improved. If you are healthy today, tomorrow you are going to grow old. At old age, naturally, there's what we call the old age sicknesses and diseases that will come, and you need care, you need attention. So it is our business. And one of the goals of the United Nations under the SDG program, SDG 3, is better health and well-being. The United Nations in 2015, at a meeting attended by 195 nations, came together to brainstorm, and they looked at the global challenges and problems, and they categorized them into 17 categories, referred to as the Sustainable Development Goals. And every nation is committed to the SDG. Every academic institution is supposed to be working towards solving one of these SDG goals. And over the years, I've been conducting research for about 19 years now, particularly in e-health and telemedicine research niche. And I've been working towards solving the problem of SDG 3, which is better health and well-being for all. And as we all know, computer, ICT, and digitalization has become a sine qua non that we cannot do without if we want to develop. So digitalization occupies a pivotal role in achieving, in fact, all the SDG goals, as stated by Dr. Passant 2022. He said that in achieving all 17 SDG goals, ICT or digitalization occupies a pivotal role. Now, if we must enjoy the benefits of digital health and to also help our health sector to remain sustainable, then we must key into digitalization. What then are some of the barriers that is hindering us, particularly in this part of the divide, in this part of the world? Why have we not been using ICT? Even though we are living in the digital age, everybody knows today that we are living in the digital age. And the digital age have brought about digital transformation, which have led to so many technologies and solutions that we are all benefiting from in one way or the other. Today, as a result of digital transformation, we enjoy, e-banking. E-banking. In those days, you know how it used to be. For those that are older, you have to sign up from your workplace, go and queue in the bank because you want to collect some little amount of money. But today, digitalization in the banking sector have made it possible that from the comfort of your room, you can transact, businesses of over millions just using your mobile device. That's how beautiful, digitalization have helped, in e-banking. Today we are now living in the age of e-banking, e-commerce, e-business, e-learning, e-government, e-agriculture. Now everything is gone e. And we have the application of, computing or digital transformation also in engineering, in computer-aided design, in computer-aided manufacturing. Today we have IoT, and we are living in the age of artificial intelligence. All this is as a result of the digital, the effect of the digital transformation. Now, the question I want to ask this afternoon: why is it that, in spite of the fact that we are living in the age of digital age, or age of computing, why is there no e-health? Why are we not enjoying e-health? Why are we not applying computing in health? It's a big question, which the health people here should answer if they can provide answer for it. So we have to look at these questions strategically and then provide strategic solution. And in trying to do that, we have to answer the why, the what, the when, and the who. And in answering the why, for instance, let me ask this simple question. Anybody here that is sick, the first point of call in Lautech, as a student or staff, maybe the Lautech Health Center, the clinic here, when you get there, you open record. They give you services. Now, just 5 minutes away from Lautech Gate is the teaching hospital. If you need to be referred to the teaching hospital, it will have to be a paper and biro or pen referral. You get to the teaching hospital. If you have never been here before, you will need to open another health record, which is again paper, just 5 minutes away from here. If you are living within Ogbomoso town and you prefer to access Bowen Teaching Hospital, you go there to open another health record again. If you choose to use any private, health facility within Ogbomoso town, you open another health record again. That's 4 health records for one individual. In computer science, in database, we call that data redundancy. Why do you continue to open the same set of records here and there? Why is it not possible for our health clinic here to be computerized and you have your health record? The health clinic here is Lautech Health Clinic. The teaching hospital is Lautech Teaching Hospital. Why is there not a handshake? Why can't the health record of patient and student transfer from the health clinic here to the teaching hospital? Now, this is one why we have to answer. Why? Why the paperwork? Are we afraid of technology? Are we afraid of, computerizing the health record? And that's what this lecture is partly going to be addressing. Yeah. Now, what are the possible reasons? What are the possible reasons why this, health digitalization is not happening? What is the reason? We have to ask, what is the reason? Then when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? When do we intend to make our health record electronic? Not only health record, when do we intend to make, services that patients receive, when do we want it to be electronic? We all are witnesses. When our students are doing health registration, you see 10,000 You see 10,000 X-ray files. Every student will be carrying a big X-ray file, walking all around. Do they have to carry it around? Why can't it be digitized? As it is snapped, as the X-ray is taken, it's sent directly to the computer of the doctor. The student don't have to be carrying it around. These are questions we need to ask. Now the next question is who is responsible to do all these things we are talking about? And that is the purpose of this lecture. The Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, I like to say that in the world today, there are certain marriages that are happening, technological marriages. E-health and telemedicine is a marriage between the medical practitioners and the ICT experts. We are not going to take your job from you. We are only going to enhance what you are doing. Yeah, so who is going to do it? It is the Faculty of Computing and Informatics. It is the software engineers. It is computer science. We will negotiate and liaise with the medical people. You will tell us what you are doing. For instance, in the bank today, you don't necessarily have to study banking and finance or accounting to be able to work in the bank, because it is the computer that does all the transactions. So all we need to do is to have, a marriage that will make it possible. I must tell you that telemedicine is already happening. That's where the whole world is going today. And if we don't key in, we'll be left out. I hope that we key in, early enough so that we can deliver quality health services to our people. You agree with me that any service that is delivered by computer or enhanced by computer is better than what human will do. We have seen it in many sectors. And it's also happening even in the health sector. It's happening in the health sector because there are things you cannot see that computer can see. Yeah, I must tell you that in recent time there was a research that was conducted at Stanford University. You can check out, you can Google it as I'm talking. The research is called ChestNet. Now ChestNet was a project involving the Department of Medicine, Department of Radiology, Department of Medicine and Computer Science at Stanford University. And they developed a 121-layer convolutional neural network, and they subjected 100,000 chest X-ray to that neural network, and it used it to train. And we are told that that system can detect pneumonia and 17 other chest-related diseases better than a single medical expert or radiologist. Yeah, because the system trained with 100,000 chest X-ray. That's a lot. No single doctor can have access to looking at 100,000 chest X-ray, but the computer can do that in no time. Okay, so what is the health system? When we talk about a health system, the health system comprises of all organizations, institutions, and resources that produce actions whose primary purpose is to improve health. The health system here, the healthcare system also can be referred to institutions, people, and resources involved in the delivery of healthcare to individuals. Now that's just a definition of the healthcare system. Now when we talk about the healthcare system in Nigeria, the Nigerian healthcare system is a pluralistic healthcare system involving both the formal and informal. In the formal sector, we have, the private and the public health facilities, and then the informal, we have the faith-based healing centers and the tradomedical, traditional healers. Now, but I'm going to be concentrating on the formal sector of Nigerian healthcare system. The Nigerian healthcare system consists of 3 levels, and this is the primary healthcare sector, the secondary healthcare sector, and the tertiary healthcare sector. Now we also have the private facilities. When we talk about the primary health sector, we are talking at the local government level. Then we come to the state level, we have the secondary, and then we have the tertiary. But I also want to say here that all level of health system. Now, on the tertiary, we also have things like the psychiatric hospitals, some military hospitals, and then some specialized, the FMC, Federal Medical Centers, they are also under the tertiary. Then we also have the private facilities. So this is the kind of health system that we operate in Nigeria. What is the goal of the health system? The goal of the health system includes but not limited to the following: 1, accessibility; 2, safety; 3, effectiveness; 4, equity; 5, efficiency; and then affordability, responsiveness, and appropriateness. These are the goals of the health system. And this goal of the health system is embedded under the United Nations Universal Healthcare Coverage. Now, we have what we call universal healthcare coverage. Now, the universal healthcare coverage says that, can I get help when I'm sick? For instance, can I get help from a well-trained health worker? Can I get treatment and help that will get me well and better and safe? Can I get, medicine, medication, and health products, and how do I get it? Then another goal is who pays for it? Who pays for it? Of course, we know that healthcare is expensive, most especially when you have some kind of condition. Now, when we have just normal condition with the kind of health system we operate in Nigeria, everybody can just walk to the pharmacy, and in fact, most times you tell the pharmacy what you want to buy. That is actually wrong, but I hope in the future that will be corrected. Yeah. So, but when you come to serious health condition, who pays for it? That's why later on I'll be talking about the health insurance, national health insurance system, which also must be computerized. Okay? Now, so when we talk about university health coverage, this means that all individuals and communities should be able to receive healthcare services they need at good quality and without suffering financial hardship. And this is one of the goals of the World Health Organization. And the World Health Organization also recognizes that to accelerate towards the achievement of the SDG, that the universal healthcare coverage must also be achieved. Now, when we talk about digital transformation, digital transformation is not changing the way people do things. It's not changing the way we all do things. Now, things are no longer manual. In fact, we are getting to a point in technology where people and machines are not globally interconnected, leading to a paradigm shift from the manual legacy system into an innovation-driven techno-medical service delivery, where we also have doctor-patient ubiquitous healthcare service. Ladies and gentlemen, my Vice Chancellor and all guests that are here, I want to ask this question. Why is it impossible for me to be able to reach my doctor anytime, anywhere, and I do what I call teleconsultation? And my doctor will consult with me through technology and send me an e-prescription, electronic prescription. And then I forward my electronic prescription to an e-pharmacy, and the e-pharmacy deliver my drugs to me. After all, we buy things on Amazon, isn't it? Yeah, you can buy anything anywhere in the world, on the go, on the fly, and you make payment, and then they deliver your products to you. Technology has made it possible that anywhere, anytime, I can consult my doctor. I don't have to necessarily go to the hospital, except if need be. I can consult my doctor, and the doctor will do an electronic prescription after consultation, and then send me a prescription which I will send to the pharmacy. This is already happening in different parts of the world. Okay, so this is as a result of digital transformation. I've talked about digital transformation, so I will leave this and move on. So we come to digital health. What is digital health? Digital health or digital healthcare is a broad multidisciplinary concept that involves concepts from the intersection between technology and health care. Digital health care uses health informatics, wearables. Now, of course, you know that many people today are putting on wearable computers that checks their blood pressure, wearable ECG machine, wearable, devices that they go around with and is checking their health condition, checking their heart, checking their blood pressure, and the rest of it. Okay, so that is already happening, and that's what we are talking about in digital health. These are the 17 SDGs, and our emphasis this afternoon is on SDG 3. And like I said, the digital transformation has been said to be a key tool that can solve all these, that can contribute to solving all the SDG problem. Now, we come to the state of affairs in the Nigerian healthcare system. This is the current state of affairs in our healthcare system today. One, our healthcare systems are distributed, they are fragmented, heterogeneity with strong local autonomy. Everybody wants to stand on their own. Nobody is cooperating. You see two hospitals by themselves, they are not cooperating with each other. Yeah. Now, most of our hospitals are still paper-based. Only a few private hospitals. I stand to be corrected. Which teaching hospital in Nigeria is digitized? Except a few, maybe some have started doing HR, only HR, but many of them are not yet there. My brothers and sisters and everybody here, imagine a situation, you go to the hospital, and a big hospital like UCH, a big hospital like Lautech teaching hospital, and they are looking for your file. Maybe the last time you attended hospital, you have not returned to the record office. And I've had an experience, my file was being searched for almost an hour. They went to emergency, went to different, they were not even asking me. The last time you came to hospital, which unit were you attended to? Now they shouldn't be asking me that. It's something that should be on the system that can easily be what? Retrieved. 1 hour is too much for somebody to die. And before you can give any treatment, most especially in a new location, the caregiver must look at your health history and look at your allergies, look at some things before he or she. But if these things are available electronically, it can be easily, transmitted. Inequality to access of basic health, then quantitative and qualitative deficiency in the delivery of health, acute shortage of skilled health workers. That's why I began by praising our health workers that are still here. We know what is happening in our health sector today. There is mass migration of health workers, from this country, from this continent to other places where they think they can have greener pastures. Not only greener pastures. Let me say this categorically. Even our leaders who are traveling out for health care services. Why are they going out? Because those places are computerized and they have good equipment. Not as if our healthcare workers in Nigeria are not good. I make bold to say that our healthcare workers are among the best in the world. If I were to quote Professor Lumba, when he was speaking, he said, if you want to find the best engineer in the world, it's in Nigeria. If you want to find the best doctor in the world, it's in Nigeria. If you want to find the best, we're not saying it. So that means we are good. Our healthcare workers are good, but they are incapacitated. They don't have, technology to add to what they are doing. Many of our people that travel out there, when they get out there, it's Nigerians that still attend to them. Okay, we have lack of modern medical facilities and poor infrastructure, poor budget and financing, shortage of medical professionals. Now, why should we do something about this? Because Nigeria is one of the fastest growing population. Our population will continue to grow, and it has been projected that with the 5.5 live births per woman, Nigerian population is growing annually at 3.2%, and this is likely going to grow at about 2050. The population of Nigeria is said to be going to grow to about 400 million, making Nigeria the 10th most populous country in the world at 2050. At the moment, we have shortage of medical personnel. There are about only 35,000 medical doctors in Nigeria, in spite of the fact that Nigeria currently needs about 237,000 medical doctors according to WHO. And then Nigeria is losing about $2 billion every year to medical tourism. $2 billion. If our facilities are okay, and all these people don't have to travel, all this money will come into the health system of Nigeria. I quote the chairman of the Presidential Task Force during the COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, when he went around during the COVID-19 to look at our health facilities. He said, if I said it twice, I never knew our health infrastructure is in such a deplorable state. The question is, what have they done about it and what are they doing about it? Now, we need more physicians. But ladies and gentlemen, to train a single physician, a single doctor, maybe in our state or federal universities, you need about 6, 7 to 8 years, spending about 7 to 10 million naira to train one single physician in public schools. In the private school, you need close to 30 million to train one physician. Now this takes a lot of time and a lot of resources. The system is slow and it cannot be faster than that. A medical student must go through everything they need to go through. Yeah, but how do we enhance the availability of physicians? E-health and telemedicine can be the way. According to the statistics given by the United Nations Population Division, we are told that 31 African countries have fewer than 10 physicians per 100,000 patients in the country. Now, e-health and telemedicine can assist. There are certain sicknesses and illnesses for which people go to the emergency room all the time, and most of the time, if you go to the hospital, the cases are not actually emergencies. There are cases that follow some routines that computer and artificial intelligence programs can interact with the patient and provide prescription. So it's not in all cases you actually have to see the doctor, except you really need to see the doctor. Now, when we talk about digital health or e-health is an umbrella term that covers health informatics, telehealth, and other ICT solutions in healthcare and in medicine. Now, I want to talk about the core components of digital health for health transformation. 1, electronic health record. Electronic health record is very, very important. It's not about, of course, with apology to our hospitals today, most of the papers that we are keeping have become old and dilapidated. In many health record offices, in many hospitals, termites, water, and many other things are beginning to destroy these health records. And these health records are the health records some people have opened 20 years ago. Now, the lifespan of those papers is not as long as 20 years. They are beginning to get destroyed. Yeah, but all these things can be digitized and kept electronically. Now, why we keep health records is not just because when you want to visit the doctor, you can travel anytime from your state where you base. When you fall sick, you go to another hospital and open another record. They start afresh again. They can easily transfer your health record if it is available in electronic format. But one of the reasons why this is not yet happening, we need policy from government to make it happen. I will talk about that later in this presentation. Enahoro et al. 2024 presented, the importance of electronic health record for continuity of health. Continuity of health care. When you want to give any patient healthcare service anywhere in another state, you need to check his past health record. Ebonofare, Adewusi, and KG an improved electronic health record system which we developed. We added the possibility of local language using Yoruba language. Sometimes ago, I had reasons to take somebody to Baptist Hospital, Bowen Hospital, and when we got there was a case of an accident involving some Fulani people, and they were brought. The Fulani people, they did not understand English, and they only understood little Yoruba. But the doctor that was on duty for the Saturday, the doctor was on duty that day was just maybe somebody on, I don't know whether it's a register or somebody just doing his husbandship, and it's from the East, doesn't understand Yoruba. In such a case, if you have a system that involves AI with translation of language, today translation of language kudos to natural language processing. You can translate to any language. Our leaders that attend international meetings in Japan, in China, and all these places, they don't need translator again because automatically the system can translate. You just put a headset and then it's been automatically translated. So all these things we need to do, and we cannot all the time think of buying already made software from abroad because it may not solve our problem all the time. According to technology adoption and use theory, it says that not every technology that works in a particular location can be automatically transferred and it will work. Sometimes you need a tailor-made solution that works for you. So we must sit down and work out things that work for us. Now we need telemedicine and remote care applications. Then we also need to adopt mHealth, mobile health technology. Mobile health technology is one of the things that work for us in Nigeria. When we talk about mobile health technology, these are technology and solutions that are delivered on our mobiles. Almost everybody has a mobile phone, and we carry them all around. We use it for transaction and many other things. So we can also use it for healthcare. According to the Nigerian Communication Commission, as of 2025, there are about 172 million subscribers, amounting to about 87% penetration of mobile phone in Nigeria. So we can use our mobile phones to deliver healthcare services. Now, another area or component of the digital health transformation is clinical decision support systems. Our clinicians know that at very critical times, sometimes you need a second opinion, and there may not be somebody close by to give you a second opinion. You can just log into your clinical decision support system, which is connected to global healthcare database, PubMed, and other researchers working in that area where you need a second, opinion. In 2024, Ogbomoso, and Olamoyigun, we developed a clinical decision support system. Artificial intelligence and machine learning can also, it's also a component of digital health. And then when we come to digital supply chain management and so on and so forth. Now, these components, if integrated into our healthcare system, have the following benefits. 1, improve access. 2, enhance quality. 3, increase efficiency. 4, better health surveillance. Now, this is an example of an electronic health record. Instead of the paper-based thing, you can have it electronically. Now, you have the patient health BioBios, and then every other care that the patient has taken before, X-ray, the patient has taken endoscopy, they are taking any other kind of care. You can have everything shown on your screen, and these files can be kept electronically for as long as possible. These are other kind of what's it called? Now we have teleradiography, where you scan chest X-ray and using other modalities like CT scan, MRIs, and the rest of it. Now here we see somebody whose hand has some kind of infection. Now this can be also taken and kept with the images and so on and so forth. If this patient went to a manual hospital, they will not snap his hand and keep it in the file. The doctor just look at it and make a prescription. The patient just go to the pharmacy, get the prescription and go. But with electronic health record and with other telemedicine devices, for instance, we have what we call the dermatoscope. With your dermatoscope, you can, the dermatologist know what the dermatoscope is. You can just video or paint the hand or anything, and then you put it there. This is an example of endoscopy. Okay, now the trending digital health technologies that are available today, there are quite a lot of them that have been advanced and developed. These include digital diagnostics, digital therapeutics, telemedicine, teleconsultation, telecardiology, digital or robotic surgery, digital anatomy, digital clinical trials, teleoncology, teledermatology, and so on and so forth. Telenursing, telesurgery, telestroke, teleeducation, and the rest of it like that. There are many surgical operations and situations that our doctors do. Fantastic operations. They save life. But you see, most of the time, the students training under our medical expert will just come and stand by them and be looking. They are not able to remember everything. Yeah, but in developed hospitals abroad, there are video cameras in the surgery room that covers that experience. So the student training under the expert can look at it again and again and again and know how to do it. Not only that, there's what we call post-surgery documentation. Every doctor that does a surgery must report the post-surgery documentation. While you're doing the surgery, you are busy, you are tired, and you have forgotten something. You just write what you remember. But you see, if you have digital equipment around there, it can cover the whole thing. You can just go back and play the video and then you write all the post-surgery documentation. One of my students is currently working on post-surgery documentation at the PhD level. Okay, so these are some of the basic telemedicine diagnostic tools. We have general examination cameras and the rest of them like that, ENT scope, and so on and so forth. Okay, now we have the 12-lead ECG device. These are just some devices and some telemedicine, equipment developed by A&T, and there are different other manufacturers. Okay, now how do you establish a telemedicine or e-health national telemedicine framework? Now here we have a framework. This was taken from Lala et al. Now, for you to develop a telemedicine framework, you need different players. At the first level, we have the e-health infrastructure providers, which include government. Government must provide policies that allow healthcare workers to be able to do healthcare services through electronic means. Now we have organizations that will provide connectivity. That's the service providers. Now we have equipment manufacturers like Philips and the rest of them that produce our equipment. We have application developers and the rest of them. Now the next layer is the e-health infrastructure layer, where we have the patients, the doctors, the hospitals, the pharmacies, and the rest of them. And the last layer we have the interoperability layer for infrastructure interoperability. Okay. Now, why must we integrate digital health or ICT in health? The reason we must integrate ICT in health is because the world has moved on. Where we are and what we are still practicing is what is referred to as Health 1.0. The world has moved on to Health 4.0. So I'll quickly talk about the transition and transformation of the health system from Health 1.0 to Health 4.0. What is Health 1.0? Health 1.0 refers to the basic legacy healthcare paradigm, which has been historically tied to paper-based healthcare record, physical appointment, manual examination, patient-clinician encounter. This model has been prevalent in in the healthcare practice for over 100 years. This is what has been used for over 100 years. Things have moved on from here. Now, what is Health 2.0? Health 2.0 refers to the use of diverse set of technologies, including connected health, electronic medical records, mobile health, telemedicine, and the rest of it. This involves a web-based healthcare service, system. So we are even moved from Health 2.0. Health 3.0 is a revolutionary approach to healthcare that focuses on prevention, personalization, and long-term wellness. That's Health 3.0. Now, the world is talking about preventive healthcare, personalized healthcare, precision healthcare. Yeah, so that is why we must move to digital, because the old legacy way we are doing it cannot achieve this result. Now we have Health 4.0. That's where we currently are in the health sector. Health 4.0 is a health paradigm that applies Industry 4.0, that referring to the fourth industrial revolution in the health sector. This includes using big data analytics, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing to healthcare service delivery. So the reason we need to change to digital health is because we are in Health 4.0. If you are studying Health 1.0, in computer we have what we call data mismatch. Yeah, the thing you are practicing now does not match the era we are living in. So we need to move on. Now I'm going to show you a quick solution, a quick video, just 2 minutes, that demonstrates Health 4.0 and how technology, IT, work with medical people to save life. Watch this 2-minute video. Okay, I'm not connected to the speaker. I just watched the video. That's somebody that has a heart condition. He has gone to attend some meeting and is having a crisis. He's connected to an IT-based, medical-based institute. From there, they can monitor him. They can communicate with him. They will tell him what to do to save himself. So the speaker is saying, okay, so what we see here is what we call defibrillation. He has a condition that requires an electric shock on his heart to make him to continue to live. So he has the gadget, he's connected to a health center. These are the people monitoring him now, and they are telling him what to do. So in situations like this, you don't have to run to the hospital. You don't have to start looking for the travel to another state. But the way it is, there's what we call telemonitoring. You can be monitoring your patient anywhere, anytime. Telemanagement. You can be managing your patient with any chronic condition anywhere, anytime. He collapsed. A particular cable was not connected to the device. But luckily for him, somebody was nearby and connected the cable and did the defibrillation, and then he came back to life. He just needed a shock, an electric shock on his heart to bring him back to life. He's back to life. Now, if it was not for technology, he will die in the car. We have seen situations of people just driving car and they die in their cars. We have seen people, in one situation or the other, firing from their doctor. Your doctor cannot be going with you from one place to the other. The technology can go with you. You can carry some devices and wearables, and then you are connected to a medical expert that will be communicating with you, and your life is saved. He's back and alive. be surprised. I think we should clap for technology. Okay, so that's where the world is, where they are using technology with medicine. And I hope that after this faculty lecture, there will be serious collaboration between the Faculty of Computing, College of Health Sciences, and healthcare service givers in Ogbomoso. Let's work together. We are not taking your job. We can't do your job. We didn't study medicine. We are only going to make your job to be more beautiful. Yeah, so we talk together, we work together, you still remain who you are, and you are still delivering your own service. Now, this is the graph or a figure showing the historical evolution of healthcare 1.0 to healthcare 4.0. Okay? Now, in one of the activities in our research group, I have a research group here in Lautech working on e-health and telemedicine. We started all this research work since 2006. In one of our research activities, what we are trying to do, we are looking for funds to make this happen, to network all the hospitals in Ogbomoso, if policies and other things allow us. So from this figure, you can see the Lautech clinic, you can see Lautech teaching hospital, you can see the Gowen teaching hospital, you can see Sharon hospital, you can see Radiology hospital. We are connecting. This is a model that shows the connectivity. Now, if the hospitals are connected, then you can transfer health records, you can do electronic referrals. You want to refer a patient from one hospital to the other. Before the patient gets there, his files have got it there. The doctors already know what is to do. Now, you see also we have a mobile ambulance in that figure. If there's any accident, the patient can be picked up by the ambulance. Now, what happens in Germany? In Germany, they have what we call the health card. Their health card is also their national ID card. Now, you have all your bios, your allergies, everything inside your health card. When an ambulance picks up a patient at an accident scene, you just pick the card, find you see all his bios and medical record. You tell the hospital, we are bringing this kind of patient, this is the blood group, this, that, so they are prepared. It's not when the patient is there, they are scared blood screening, looking for blood and all that. Those will still be done, but technology is still getting better. Now we are also in the era of what we call personalized health and 5P medicine approach. Personalized health is a concept of healthcare that represents an evolution in modern healthcare that leverages technology, data analytics, and personalized medicine. Now when we talk about personalized healthcare, ladies and gentlemen, Vice Chancellor, you see, the kind of healthcare we are being given today is healthcare based on the cohorts that you belong to. When you go to any hospital and you present symptoms that look similar to the symptoms of some other people in that group, you are giving the same medication everybody in that group is giving. The personalized healthcare says treat individuals based on who they are. We have genetic, differences slightly. So treat me based on who I am. Don't treat me based on the symptoms some other person is presenting. But how do we do this? Except we have, digital devices that will tell the doctor this is who this person is. Then the doctor will know what to do. Okay? So we have different types of personalized health services, personalized preventive care, remote health monitoring, teleconsultation and e-visits. Yeah, you can do e-visits. Visit your doctor electronically. You don't have to visit him every time. Now, digital therapeutics, and then we have health coaching and behavioral modification. Now, these are some of the benefits of personalized health. Now, the current health paradigm that is leading in the world today is what we call the 5P medicine approach. Preventive health, predictive health, preventive health, personalized, participatory, and precision medicine. This is the type of healthcare service that is being given today. And except you are digitized, you cannot do all this. Preventive. You don't wait for it to happen. You want to prevent it. And that can only happen when you have artificial intelligence algorithm connected to big data, and there's big data analytics that helps to be able to predict what is likely to happen. it, and she said she's receiving treatment at the University Teaching Hospital in Ibadan, and already they have, cut out part of the breast. But yet, she said she must be on some medication, and she said that medication, the injection is 548,000 naira for one, and she's going to take 18 of that. Now, imagine that, 548,000 times 18, and after that, she will now take another medication for 5 years. Now calculate, in fact, in her hands, and the radio presenter, he said, that was the term they used in that radio presentation. Now, if you are going to spend millions upon millions, then you see it could have been detected and prevented. But when it has already spread, there's nothing that can be done again. Okay, so the 5D medicine approach. So there are a lot of medical telemedicine health devices that are already happening in the world. There are so many enabling technologies for digital health, running from 45 data analytics, edge computing, and the rest of them like that. That these are areas where we can collaborate. Those of us in computing, in electrical, in physics, in health, in medicine, there are many areas where we can collaborate and deliver quality healthcare service to the nation. Now, I told us earlier on that the bills have to be paid, and that's why we have the National Health Insurance. Now, the National Health Insurance also must be digitized. If you have a medical health insurance, you travel from here and you go to Niger State, and it's paper-based, and they cannot verify, they will not treat you. So if it is digitized, then it's also going to help. Okay, now over the years, I've been involved in e-health and telemedicine research. I started this research of e-health and telemedicine in 2006 during my visit to the Lautech Center for Excellence during my postdoctoral fellowship in the Republic of South Africa. And over the years, when I returned, I and my research students, we have developed several software solutions, frameworks, models, prototypes, artifacts, which addresses the African contextual need in the area of telemedicine, e-health, and m-health domain. We have also been involved in human capacity development. Yeah, because we need to develop human capacity in e-health and telemedicine. These are some of the works that we have done over time. I may not be able to go through everything one after the other because I'm sure my time is fast spent. Okay? Now, we have also developed this framework for integrating different facilities in the health sector and the national health insurance scheme. These are the typical functions in a health management system. If you want to develop a health management system, these are typical things you need to develop. Patient health record, diagnostic and treatment, lab tests, admission, pharmacy, and then ward services, maternity, and the rest of them like that. Okay? This is a reputation-based trust management e-referral system that I developed with one of my students. Within this framework, you can do electronic referrals. Now, when you do the referral, the documents are encrypted. So no other person can see it except the doctor that you are referring to. So he has a key at the other end to open the document and now attend to the patient. This is a telemanagement framework for managing, chronic diseases. Now you have the patient on one side, you have the caregiver on the other side. Now they can communicate, and then the patient has all devices on him monitoring all his vitals. Okay, this is another project we developed, a remote system for monitoring and managing diabetic patients. This was developed by Ogbomoso and Olamoyegu, a chief consultant and endocrinologist who is here with us, working with us in our research group. Now, this diabetic application monitors patients either with hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia. Now, when a patient gets to a state of losing it and getting into coma, the patient can collapse. But this application has a way of tracing the longitude and latitude of that patient, and then we can trace where the patient is, and then it can report its send another SMS to the next of kin or family member of that patient. Now, with Google Map, it's able to tell us where the patient currently is. Okay, this is another project we developed recently. This is another project we developed recently that uses attribute-based encryption in patient-controlled health record. Now we are talking about health record here. The question is, who have the health record? You know, many hospitals, they hold onto the health record as if it's their internal possession. But in recent times, ICT is making it to know that health record not belong only to the hospital. The patient was the one that gave the health record, that gave all the details. So he also has a right for his own. There are times that the patient may decide not to give out some kind of information. Most especially, it has to do with stigmatization or some other things. The patient should give access right. So in this case, there are certain attributes that are encrypted, and then the other doctors are not seeing it. Okay, quickly I want to talk about the Society for Telemedicine and E-Health. The Society for Telemedicine and E-Health is a society that is responsible for providing educational advocacy and support for the effective use of e-health tools and services in Nigeria. I became a member of the Society of E-Health and Telemedicine in 2007. And in 2012, I was involved with other workers in the society and other workers in the Federal Ministry of Health to develop the first digital health strategy framework and policy document in Nigeria. I can skip all this. In 2009, in recognition of our research activities in e-health and telemedicine, I was given an e-health advocacy award, and Lautech also was recognized and given an institutional e-health advocacy award. In 2014 to 2016, I served as the second vice president of the Society for Telemedicine and E-Health. I also served as a member of the Strategic Advisory Board of the Society for Telemedicine and E-Health. This was when I was receiving the award. This was the policy document that was first developed between 2015 to 2020. Now, this document has passed first and I think second reading in the House, and when this is eventually accepted and adopted, then in the future, in fact recently, I think this year in October, there was a national e-health and telemedicine conference where the Minister of Health was promising that this document, once approved, then in Nigeria will begin to practice e-health and telemedicine. I want to talk quickly about the International Organization for Standardization. ISO is the body in the world that is responsible for standardizing everything that we use in the world. And the various standard organizations of every nation, for instance, SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, is a member of ISO. Now, I am a member of the Technical Committee 215 on Health Informatics of the International Standard for Standardization under the Society of Telemedicine and E-Health and under the Standard Organization of Nigeria. As of 2024, there are 172 national standard bodies that are comprised of this organization. Now, several health standards have been developed. If you visit the ISO website, in the health informatics portfolio, there are 231 health informatics standards that have been developed. And then not only standard, we have technical specifications, we have the technical reports, and so on and so forth. So there are many working groups like the architecture framework model, system and device interoperability, semantic content, security, safety and privacy, pharmacy and medicine business. These are different working groups that are working under the International Organization for Standardization. And I have been, since 2018, I've been working with this group under the Health Informatics group in developing several standards. Okay, I will skip interoperability. Generally, there are teachers of interoperability we are interoperability, technical interoperability, and functional interoperability. These are some of the functional interoperability that have been developed over the years. These are the standards, those are their titles. You can check that up on the ISO Health Informatics website. The future of health care remains in artificial intelligence and big data analytics. I may not be able to say so much on it because of time, but artificial intelligence is already, it's already leading in healthcare service delivery today. And then big data analytics is also, the future of medicine. Of course, with all I've said so far, we see that there are advantages and benefits of digital health, which includes what is listed here but not limited to what is listed here. Now, what are the barriers to digital health in Nigeria? 1, lack of vision. 2, lack of national policy. 3, lack of guidance, and so on and so forth. Inadequate basic infrastructure. Power. Of course, we know power is a major problem. But of course, there are alternative power sources. Renewable energy that is available now that we can leverage on, and so on and so forth. Inadequate network. We also have what we call delay tolerant network that we can leverage on and use. Now, what are some of the other areas that we need to look at for us to be able to maintain sustainability in the healthcare sector? Leadership and governance for health. We must engage government and hospital management to create policies and guidelines on digital health. Priority 2 area, human resource for digital health. We must develop human capacity, recruit people with adequate qualification and skills. Priority 3 area, digital health services delivery. We must implement and encourage the use of hospital management systems and electronic health records in our hospitals. Why is your hospital still using manual method? Why don't you have a health management system? Why don't you have an electronic health record? Priority 4, health financing. Health financing. We must not wait for the government to do everything. We must look for alternative means by which we can finance our health system. Crowdfunding can be part of it, and then we can also look for other means to, source for funds. Contextualization and localized solution. We don't have to necessarily go abroad to get solutions. We can look at local solutions that work. Community participation and ownership. Then we can involve the community, and so on and so forth. Now, I want to also say this, ensuring early adoption of digital healthcare via higher education institution curricula. If we continue with the kind of curriculum we are using today, we will continue to get the kind of answers we have been getting. There must be a need to overhaul our curriculum and integrate digital health. I will show you some models that are already working. Our doctors should start learning how to use, electronics, computing, and all that from undergrad before they graduate, so that they don't have phobia for technology. Now, how do we do that? 1, at course level, we can start introducing some courses. For instance, at undergraduate level, introduction to digital health, introduction to data science for health, telehealth application, web development, management information system, AI for nursing and medical care, medical disaster management, digital palliative care nursing. Then at the postgraduate level, we can introduce courses like data stewardship in health, knowledge-based system for health, Internet of Things, Internet of medical things, robotics for health, AI in clinical research, AI in pharmaceutical research. These are some things we can start introducing at the course level. What about at the program level? We can introduce some courses at the program level. I have a case study here at the Informatics Institute in Germany. We have a digital health center, which Professor Olame have visited there. I and some of my colleagues have visited there. At the digital health center, they are running courses on MSc and PhD in digital health, digital global public health, machine learning in digital health, connected healthcare, data analytics, computational statistics, and so on and so forth. In fact, I was at this center 2023. That's where I was snapping here with some visitors that came there. Now, study medicine in Russia. He came to practice in Germany. He needed to study digital health and he came to enroll at this institution. Now at the program level, we can introduce programs like this: PGD and Masters in Biomedical Engineering, PGD and Masters in Digital Health, PGD and Masters, and so on and so forth. These are courses we can introduce at the programs level. These are other works that I have done with my students: development of a neurofusion system for any prediction of heart attack, and so on and so forth. I will not be able to go through each of them. I want to say also, in the development of human capacity, in the area of e-health and telemedicine, I have, by the grace of God, produced a dozen of PhDs who have essentially worked in the area of e-health and telemedicine. These are the students and others that are master's students. In conclusion, the benefits of digital health is enormous, as highlighted in this presentation. Hence, we should leverage on various digital technologies to one, design our localized products and solutions. Encourage health practitioners to make use of this solution. Design curricula on digital technologies in e-health for proficiency, for clinical practice, and so on and so forth. Over the years, these are the list of our collaborators that we have been collaborating with. The Society for Telemedicine and E-Health in Nigeria, the International Society of Telemedicine and E-Health in Luxembourg, University of England in South Africa, Asopana Institute of Digital Engineering in Germany, German University of Digital Sciences, Founding University of Technology in Pretoria, Dublin University of Technology in South Africa, the Lautech Teaching Hospital in Ogbomoso, Baptist Hospital in Ejigbo, the World Health Organization, and the ICT University in Louisiana. The Vice Chancellor, the Librarian, the Dean of the Faculties, all erudite professors here, Deans of other faculties and faculties, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank every one of you for listening.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for him. This is so wonderful. Please, students, we are still moving on. We are about to close. So please, let's be seated. We really appreciate you, Professor, for doing justice to that lecture. Now, we are not going to bother ourselves with comments or questions. But we're moving on to vote of thanks, and I want to call on the Deputy Dean of that big faculty, Professor Ogbomoso, to do that for us.
I'm grateful to and invited guests for showing up and contributions to the lecture in one way or the other. And we appreciate you all. We look forward to seeing you at future events. Once again, thank you.
Thank you very much for appreciating us. Now, shall we rise to take our handprints in the reverse order? Professor, thank you for coming. Then there will be photo section at the entrance of the door. Thank you very much. While still standing, the possession of the Vice Chancellor will leave the hall. Please, while still standing.